ada produk terbaru serba Rp11.000. Dan bonus dadakan hingga Rp500.000 untuk tunjukin cara care kamu ke orang-orang tersayang dan orang-orang di sekitar. Beli sekarang.
Not been able to get past halfway line.
No, they haven't really been able to build anything in possession. Always under pressure. The choices that they're making as well in possession. And what they did in the second half of that first leg, when they were able to turn it around, the tempo of their game changed. It went up, they played a little bit quicker, but also the players were arriving at good timings to support players in possession, so they were able to really build and have a good structure in that possession phase of play.
They're getting closed down, aren't they? Very quickly. Indonesia has a pocket of space here for Song Wei-young. Goal kick. Tatsuma not happy, neither is Song. Looks across at the assistant referee. Russian, you immediately felt that was a goal kick.
Yeah, I thought straight away. I thought that was a goal kick. But let's see, I could be wrong. I was just going by my real-time reaction to that.
What about your slow-mo reaction to that now?
I still think it's a goal kick. Yeah, and Rahman Irianto, good shielding of the ball again. Just gets his body in the way, takes the contact, wins the free kick.
There is Ramai. Look at that. Gets the pass and then sprints forward. Pratama Arhan. Back to Ramai. Thinks it up towards Ezra Walian.
Interesting, you know, you mentioned VAR and how the world of football has gone from absolutely hating VAR, not wanting it. You see Iksan on the bench here. He's not 100% fit. We saw him have a bit of an issue the last time out, coming off after scoring that goal immediately.
Yeah.
I think he was going to be taken off actually before that. We're going back to VAR. And a few mistakes happen, and suddenly it's in the spotlight again, and everybody wants VAR now.
Well, I think it serves to enhance the game, and perhaps we may see it in the next AFF Suzuki Cup.
Well, there are a lot of considerations when it comes to VAR. Obviously, you need the infrastructure in place, and you also need referees capable of working it well, trained and qualified and have had practice with it.
Yeah, Indonesia.
Thailand actually have put that as part of their bid.
They're
looking to host this. Singapore will beat them in the end. There's Hami Shahid. Now Zulkarnain looking for Song, who's annoyed there. And here come Indonesia. Look at that. Once again, Pratama Arhan slips it through to Ezra. Irianto. Irianto. The outside of his boot. Effectively, Roshan, you were pointing this out even in the last game, but today, Alfanga, it isn't a back five, is it?
No, it's they've gone to a back four.
Yeah.
With a player like Alfeandra Dewanga, he can drop into that back line.
Yeah.
And also, let's not forget Rahman Irianto as well, who can play in central defence. So they've got two midfielders that are very comfortable in those central positions. Heavy collision between Amy and Alfeandra, quickly taken by Indonesia here.
It's kind of caught in two minds and looking around, but Indonesia thought quickly. Here's Nuradim Abdullah. Looking towards Amy Reka, but it falls to Song Wei-young. Nice touch on from Amy Reka. Ami needed to put a better cross in. That's about as threatening as Singapore have been.
I mean, the play in that situation was encouraging. Up until the cross, quality of the cross not quite there. We can see the run that Ami makes from inside out, just switching positions with Song Wei-young. Alfayandra Dewanga working very hard there to close off the angles. Make sure the cross couldn't be delivered without pressure. And even when they went with a back five, Indonesia, with Dewanga, as I said, again, stepping into midfield, and at times Rahmat could drop into that back three. But it does seem here tonight, for the moment anyway, that they are going with the back four. Alfayandra and Rahmat just protecting that defense.
Late one, wasn't it? Hami Shahin will have a little chat with the referee here. Rahmat Irianto is down. He's okay.
There have been a couple of coming togethers there between these two players, Hami and Rahmat. I don't think that the challenge ever caused Rahmat too much pain. It was too much in that challenge.
Well, that wasn't a great pass, was it? And fantastic chasing down by Hafiz Noor. Fakhruddin Arianto was a bit surprised there.
Yeah, I think it wasn't the best of touches from Fakhruddin, just lost his concentration a little bit. Credit to Hafiz Noor for being quick to apply that pressure. Win the ball back for his side. He's backing into Mireka was just backing into Fakhruddin. Or was it a foul throw perhaps?
Finally calling one, aren't they?
I wonder if he's saying keep both feet on the pitch.
Six shots so far from Indonesia. Really coming to this. Pumped up for it, Singapore. Giving passes away at the moment.
Well, that again, it comes down to the decision making in those situations. There's no line of pass. There's no angle of pass. So you got to recycle it until an option opens up. It's another late challenge from Hami. It's too strong for him, Kambuaya there. He's trying to make something happen, Hami, but you need that little bit of patience at times. Still very early on in this game. You don't have to force it just yet, especially in those situations where Indonesia have got themselves settled in that defensive block. So players are already organized in those positions. And there's very little movement from Singapore in terms of the supporting players. They're not moving themselves into channels where they can receive a pass.
Here comes Alfayandra. Amazingly thinking he could go for goal there.
I mean, he's even gotten a smile out of Shin Tae-yong. Ambitious, I would say. Yeah, not really worth analysing, is it? I think the better option would have been a cross.
I'm not sure what his teammates would have felt about that.
That reaction from Shin Tae-yong, though.
Here is Irfan. Now Haris Harun. Short pass there from Shannon, but they've got away with it. Now Hafiz. Overlapping run from Noradam. And they'll get a corner. Singapore's first corner. And we know that this is where they can be dangerous.
And good run forward from Noradam. Strong challenge from Masnawi. He's always going to be on hand to pop his side out for offensive and defensive situations.
Taken quickly here by Singapore. Shadan. Done well to try and keep that alive. Singapore Make very little out of that corner.
Well, just looking for variation on the corner routine there, Singapore. And you go back to that first leg, they were winning the first balls in the air from set-piece situations, just weren't able to capitalize.
Even in the first half, when they weren't at their best.
That's right. And in a situation like that where you've got Safwan, you've got Haris, Irfan up top, looking to challenge and try and win a ball that could come in. It's a little bit disappointing that you go for a short corner routine and the technique is not quite right. Bit of a wasted opportunity. Good work from Zulkarnain.
Hafiz Noor. Out to Noor Adam. Straight to Emi Reka. Trying to get a grip on this match. Before you know it, 28 minutes have flown by here. Here's Emi Reka. Noor Adam. Ball is given away by Hami. Here come Indonesia again. And that man, Alfian Dravanga. Well, Shadon's point was he was already going down, ref.
Yeah. A little bit soft. But you know what Alfian Dravanga is doing there? He's just stopping it, inviting that hand to come across, and then he's going to go down. It's an arm across, and the referee sees that arm across. It looks like you're impeding the player, which he is, and he's going to blow for a free kick.
Free kick, something they had Indonesia. Risky.
Bit of risky pass.
Yes. Sorry, a couple of those. Yeah, I was waiting for one of us to say it, so. It was excellent, risky in the back five against Vietnam. Ramai won't get there. It's a bit of fun. Shin Tae-yong not letting up here, his players. Felt that Singapore played better against Indonesia than they had in the entire group stage in that second half in particular. One game from him. Now, this is the weapon that they have used a fair bit in this tournament, is Pratama Arhan, particularly here at the National Stadium when there's a bit more space to run in for the throw-in. They've done something a little bit different here. Here's Devanga.
Well, that was a really interesting throw-in. I know everyone's expecting the long throw into the box. He changes it up, but I wonder if that was meant for Ramai Rumakek or whether it was for Alfiandra, because it made its way all the way through to Alfiandra. Almost worked out really well for them.
So they're varying things up a little bit here today, Indonesia. More ways than one. Here's Irfan. There's a summary of what's happened so far. The 12th-minute goal by Ezra Walian has given Indonesia an aggregate lead here. Delightful ball out to Noor Adam, who heads it into the box. Emi Reka bearing down. That's cleared away. Fakhruddin.
He's trying, Emi. He's trying to get himself into positions in front of defenders, looking to try and link the play in these attacking areas. Wonderful ball from Haris Harun, wasn't it? That diagonal. Again, looking to attempt another one. It's another delightful crossfield pass by the Singapore captain.
Brilliant work, isn't it, to Zulkarnain. Well, So Wei Young trying the shot there now. Trying to pass in. Could have two minds there. Good options. Shot in as well. Singapore, though, have seemed to get a little bit more to grips with this game, Roshan.
Well, they're starting to have a bit more of the ball. Starting to look to try and find these gaps in that Indonesian defense, and perhaps being a bit more patient, going around that Indonesian shape rather than through the middle.
Good ball into Song Wei-young as he get the cross in. No, he doesn't.
That a little bit of quality is missing at the moment in those attacking positions.
Would that be on the bench then, some of that quality you're talking about?
Yeah, I mean, you look at this here, it's a nice idea, but he's got far too much on it. Song keeps himself onside. Could have been in behind. You know, these key moments, these key situations. Technically, you need to be sound in those areas, in those positions, and unfortunately, it's not quite coming off. We've seen Singapore lose possession a little bit in those areas, looking to always try and play that killer pass, and that killer pass is not quite coming off.
Crowd getting excited, gets past one. No foul, says the referee.
Nice dummy from the referee as well. As Indonesia look to break forward.
Singapore win it back.
Good work by Nur Adam. Got on that left-hand side, winning the ball and initiating the counter.
Singapore trying to take the game to their opponents now. Here's Kambuaya. Now Ezra Walian. Lovely vision to get that across, but it is offside. Witan Sulaiman's come onto this left-hand side for a bit, and he's not offside, says Shin Tae-yong.
Ramai Rumakiak has gone down as well, and that was really good vision from Rahmat. Intelligent ball in behind the Singapore defense. Here's Song just cutting inside, and good challenge, clean challenge. Nice dummy from the referee as well. He was right there. Really good challenge from Rizky. Well timed. Got all of the ball.
Nothing wrong with that. Singapore with twice as many fouls at the moment than the Indonesians. And that's normally a complaint leveled at the Indonesians, that they foul a lot. In some of the other countries. Here's the goal again.
Yeah, Witan, I mean, he just gets the goal side here on Safwan, and he's stronger and he doesn't panic. You wonder then in that situation if Erkvan could have come across quicker, just identify the danger a little bit earlier. But Witan, I mean, the work that he's done there, it's wonderful. I mean, the composure in those moments, this is what I'm talking about. Key situations, key area of the pitch where you can make a difference, and he's made it because he's kept his composure, he's kept his quality, he's drawn Hassan out from goal, and even though you've got a big goalkeeper like Hassan Sani coming out and spreading himself at you like that, he's still been able to get his head up and find a pass into Ezra Walian for the finish.
It's not particularly pleasant viewing from a Singapore perspective. Play on, says the referee. And look at that. Let's run down the middle from Witan.
Oh, I think that was a good challenge from Safwan, you know.
Safwan's furious with that yellow card.
And that was the gap between Safwan and Haris. I was pointing it out to you just before it was played. Witan was making that run into that space, and Safwan saw it and came across, which is credit to him, coming across to identify that. It's a clean challenge. I think he's very unfortunate, Safwan. He gets all of the ball.
Yeah.
I think he's unfortunate, Safwan. He spots the danger early, comes across to cover the space. He's won the ball there. Very unfortunate. It's a good challenge.
I think it didn't help him that he kind of went over the ball, didn't he? He got the ball and went over it. Maybe the referee didn't quite spot that, but it is a yellow card. 9 minutes till half-time, and they've got a free kick in a good area here, Indonesia.
Irfan's still saying he got the ball. He got the ball first. It's not going to change his mind. interesting to see what Indonesia do here. Rumaikek and Wanga.
Oh, they've done something a little cheeky there. Well, Safwan got a yellow in the first leg as well. And with that second yellow, that is a problem for Singapore, something to think about later on.
Yeah, I wonder if it might just have taken a... When it came through in real time, I was just wondering if he could have taken a bit of a deflection. I mean, Song sticks out a leg. Fortunately for Singapore, went straight down the middle.
Ezra Walian.
Good defending from Irfan. Got himself into position early and then came sliding across, and he had to get this challenge right. I'm not quite sure why the flag went up. I think perhaps the assistant referee thought there was a push on Irfan, but actually it was Irfan who was going down to ground to make that challenge. I think he got a little bit nervous when he saw the assistant referee put his flag up. Really good clean tackle though.
And they've won the ball back here. Witan Sulaiman, brilliant again. That's been excellent, hasn't he? Here he is on the ball. Now he plays his football in Poland with Lechia Gdansk. Look at the pace of that Asnawi. He did all the hard work. He's overhit the cross.
Yeah, but they're going to take this opportunity here to try and put the pressure on. Down Singapore's right-hand side. The best of crosses, but if you want to take something positive out of it, you could say, well, at least it's still deep in Singapore territory, and they can apply pressure and win it back, which they've done here.
It's risky. Now Fakhruddin. Pretty quiet for him at the back there. Nadio, the Indonesian goalkeeper. Song Wei-young trying to close down. A little bit better from Singapore there. Witan Sulaiman. Still Witan. Lovely touch on there from Shadan. Just comes straight back at them.
Just Witan Sulaiman looks so dangerous every time he's got the ball. Whether it's playing a pass, whether it's running with it.
Song Wei-young, look at that run from Hafiz. Now Hafiz Noor, will he go for goal here? He does, but it's at a perfect height. There's a foul on Emireka, who goes down. That look like it could have been a penalty. He's asking for it. The crowd are as well. Tatsuma's furious.
Well, a bit of confusion in the Indonesian defense. Defender and goalkeeper both leaving it for each other to take care of the situation. And it was Emireka who was alert, alive to that, looking to punish Indonesia for that hesitation in defense.
Controversy in the first leg for a penalty not given. Let's see on the replay what happened there. Irfan not impressed with Witan Sulaiman.
Well, lovely work from Singapore here in the counter-attack. A long ball played forward, flicked on into Song initially. And there just pushes it out, and Rahmat is hoping for his goalkeeper to come out and claim that. I don't think it's a penalty. I think when you look at how he wins the ball, the way he comes across, that's... He's connected with Emireka first, hasn't he? Before winning the ball. My apologies. You know, there's a shout there. There's a penalty shout. Again, it's a legitimate appeal from Singapore for that one.
Well, if you're counting these, it's one apiece.
Does it cancel? Is it one of the things where they say cancel each other out?
I think people just want the right decision, right? Whenever they can. But look, we've had to look at it again.
Yeah.
We've had 3 times now we've looked at it, so there's that.
Well, it's a world without VAR, which some people are happy with. When decisions don't go for you, then you ask for it.
Have a chat with Park Hang-seo.
Yeah.
Well, it is a corner here for Indonesia. Punch away by Hassan when he looked like he could have caught that. Pratama Arhan. Here's Ramai. Now Kambuaya. Oh, it's done well here, Kambuaya. Ezra Walian. And he's closed down just in time. All right, Irfan.
Important challenge for Shadan. You know what, the situation, a wonderful run from Ricky Kambuaya here first. And just go back to the penalty shout. Oh, maybe after this, Ricky Kambuaya, lovely work. Quick feet, just that situation where he couldn't quite find Rumakek with the pass. And then an important challenge from Shadan. I want to kind of explain the referee's thinking on why he perhaps didn't give that penalty, but remind me to come back to it after this this corner.
Indonesia looking to finish this half as strongly as they started it. This time he does take a clean catch. And a quick distribution up to Shadan Sulaiman. Amy Reka will not get that. Nadia with one key save in this first half of Hafiz Noor. Came at a perfect height. Yes, Roshan, come on.
Yeah, so from where I'm sitting, and I'm a lot further away from the action than where the referee is, it looked like it was a clean challenge because he came away with the ball, right? But on closer inspection, on the replays, which obviously the referee doesn't have access to, handball there, what he's seeing, perhaps from his point of view, is the challenge has come in and he's won the ball. So the player, Amy Reka, has gone flying, but what he's perhaps seeing from his line of sight is he's won the ball and the ball's there, defenders won it, so it's a clean challenge. But again, in the VAR world, if you go back and look at it, you would highlight it to the referee. If you're VAR, you would highlight it to the referee as a clear and obvious error. Yeah. I think you've missed this, depending on what the referee describes, of course, but I think he would have said, no, I didn't see the first contact with the Singapore attacker. Then you look at him and say, go review it on the screen. So I don't know why we're talking about VAR. We don't have it, so it's pointless, isn't it?
Well, it's 2 clear penalties in this semi-final over both legs. Just a 1 minute about a time here. Ramai did pretty well, I have to say. Singapore will get a free kick. Last chance here in the first half to try and draw level.
I mean, Rumakek was trying his best. It's good work from those 2 Singaporean players. They're not giving up. Zulkarnain and Amy Reka working hard, and they've done well to win a free kick. Bit of nonsense off the ball there between Safwan and Rizky. Elbow pushing and shoving there. You can see Rizky and Safwan. Rizky wants to make absolutely sure they've gone man-to-man there in those situations that he's not going to allow Safwan to get away from him. The referee decided that he's going to have a word with both players.
Well, he will be key here. Safwan.
Yeah, keep an eye on that, keep an eye on that. He's saying, look, I've peeled away, I'm running off into the box, and he's still tugging my jersey. He's making sure he's putting this... have a look at that again. And Bolton, oh!
Well, that's his second yellow. That's his second yellow. That's a huge moment here in this game. But it wasn't, he was yanked away, wasn't he? Safwan burrowed in. They've got to keep their cool, but Singapore are in real trouble now. And he's given a red card after that second yellow. But if you look back at that, he was being yanked.
No, the referee's, I think he's completely lost control of this.
And so is Safwan. He's got to walk away now. He's got to walk away. It's done.
And I was keeping an eye on this, and he's been,
it happened behind him, right?
He's talking to them. Yeah, again, it happens right in front of the referee. Referee saying to Safwan to calm it down. Risky's hanging on to him. He went to have a word with the two of them, so it's after this. So he's already had a word with both those players, and it's happened straight away after that when the referee's had his back turned. Listen, I don't even know if the referee saw clearly what had happened between Safwan and Risky.
It happened after.
So they need to move this on. We've seen this. The referee have a word with Safwan and Risky, and it happens straight after that. We're going to try and get the replay if we can of the incident.
He's absolutely furious.
I think he's got a right to be, you know.
And I think he's right, yeah.
I feel for him.
Singapore in trouble, but they can change it all. Yeah! Oh, they do so! So Wei-Young has got the goal! And I tell you what, the reaction of the Singapore bench as well. They've gone right up to the fourth official. They're fired up here. Singapore, on the cusp of half-time, have changed the complexion of this game. But they are down, a man down, I'm so sorry.
How about that for a moment to galvanize the crowd and the team? Listen to the reaction from the crowd. It's bubble around the penalty area. A song on hand after that sending off for Safwan. He's there to put it away, bubbling around in the box. Keeps a cool head, finds the back of the net. And Singapore are back in this, down to 10 men, but back in this, and the reaction from the bench. Tatsuma Yoshida went celebrating in front of the fourth official. Safwan was walking off into the locker room, turned around and went back to celebrate in front of the fourth official as well.
It's his first ever international goal for Singapore. But it's a huge talking point. And now Shin Tae-yong
is Tatsuma
pointing
as well.
It's fiery. It's all happening on and off the pitch. Roshan and myself, we're all getting into it. But tempers are flaring. Massive talking points, Roshan, as we go into the break here.
Yeah, so much passion. The Indonesian players, the ones that are on the pitch, have gone back into a huddle, which they have usually done in this competition. The Singapore bench and the Indonesian bench going face to face. Natsuma's gone across to just try and settle things down. He's gone across to Shin Tae-yong, and he's saying there was a bit of disrespect from the bench towards him, he felt. Noor Rahman, one of the assistants on Singapore bench, has gone over to apologize as well, just to try and cool things off.
Well, this has had all the ingredients of a classic second half, but Singapore are certainly handicapped now with the departure of Safwan Baharudin for arguably 2 yellow cards that he shouldn't have got. Ezra Walian got Indonesia going with an early goal after some poor defending from Singapore. Indonesia started the game so well and never allowed Singapore to settle. Singapore took a long time to get going, but right at the very end of this first half, 4 minutes into added time, Song Wei-young got his first ever international goal, and at halftime here at the National Stadium in this second leg of the semi-final, I should say. It's Indonesia 1, Singapore 1.
Saya sini bakal mengarah ke sesuatu yang besar kok. Cara pandang gue soal hidup berbeda.
Lu sama gue ditakdirin buat bareng terus kayak benda dan bayangannya.
Karena itu gue deketin dia.
Jangan jatuh cinta sama Ata.
Aku mau jatuh cinta sama siapapun itu hak aku. Aku nggak suka sama Kari. Aku ingat nih tempat ini.
Pertama kali kita ketemu.
Setelah ku paham, bukan yang terbaik.
Mereka kegeeran bukan salah gue dong.
Enggak, lo yang PHP-in, Ri.
Mereka jangan baper dong. Mama mana?
Papa nggak tahu deh.
Shame on you. Mama happy gak sih?
Kamu sama Gandhi?
Lo tahu pacar gue namanya Riri.
Lo pikirin nama Riri cewek lu doang.
Gue cuma pengen satu, pergi yang jauh dari sini.
Nona sinyal tidak ada. Berdiri dekat sini nih, biar sinyal bagus.
Situ orang apa antena?
Dokter Riri, ketemu juga kita tempat ini.
Aku ini datang ke Alor pengen hidup tenang. Jangan bilang kamu nggak pernah ciuman.
Kalau kita ciuman, kita pacaran ya.
On the roost!
Everybody knows that I'm breaking down. Everybody knows I ain't faking now. Everybody knows my heart's vacant now. Yeah, she hates me now, I made mistakes, but now I don't ever wanna be alone. I don't really ever feel at home. On my own, in the zone, that's the only way I know. Feeling low, about to blow back up. Here I won't ever let the doubt creep in. Gotta pop a couple more aspirin. I don't think I'll ever let you in. Easier to break it off as friends. I don't really understand myself. I don't really understand, need help. I don't wanna be left on the shelf. Couldn't even hear me if I yelled. It's so cold outside. I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside. I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold. Break down, always feel like I could break now, but I never let it take me to that place now. I won't ever let my thoughts get away now. I got better things to do, picking fate now. I just wanna be the best, call me great now. I don't know if I'm okay or insane now. I remember better days on the playground, hoping I can find my way to even when I'm feeling down, I fight. Even when I don't know what is right, I'ma pick a side and I'ma take pride. I will decide my fate and I will never let them tell me who I am. If you try to shape me, I'll be damned. Planet on the ground is where I stand. Never give up, that was always the plan. It's so cold outside. I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside. I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold.
Welcome back to the National Stadium. Second half about to get underway here between Indonesia and Singapore, the second leg semi-final. And what drama we have had in this match. Indonesia opened the scoring through Ezra Walian and looked very good. But then Singapore had this key moment.
Well, this is where the referee is just saying to Safwan and to Rizky, just calm it down. There's a couple of shoves in there. And no issue here. He's just telling the referee it's his second one here. He goes on, goes back.
Halo yang baru bergabung, kita nobar Indonesia versus Singapura. Bentar lagi babak kedua bakalan dimulai.
First incident where he got a yellow card, the first one is not even a foul. It shouldn't have even been given as a free kick. But look, that's the decision the referee has made. We've just got to get on with it. We've got the benefit of replays. He doesn't. He's got to decide in real time. Singapore have got to live with that. But what came immediately after that? Song scoring the equalizer, and what a response! What a response from the team, and what a response from the crowd as well.
Yeah, absolutely lifted this home crowd in particular, but yeah, that incident, when you look back at it, all it merited really was another talking to. Didn't merit another yellow card, and actually that happened behind the referee, where he was yanked, wasn't he, a little bit himself, Safwan Baharudin, and all the referee saw was perhaps...
I'm not even sure if the referee had a clear view. It looked like he was standing side on, like he couldn't even see what was going on behind him. But as he turned, he might have seen Safwan's arm swinging out at Risky. But listen, Tatsuma and Shin Tae-yong are having a chat with the referee now. Right at the bottom of your screen.
Yeah.
And I think both coaches have shook hands and said we'll try and calm things down.
We'll do our bit on the sidelines. But Roshan now, the bigger picture here. Singapore equalised right after that incident. And the reaction of both the players and on the bench there, they went right up to the fourth official. They've got this underdog siege mentality now. Can they use that? Have they got to harness that a little bit now?
Yeah, you have to use everything that you can in these situations. It's going to be very tough for the Singapore side. You know, playing with 10 against an Indonesian team who work hard, are very talented, will make you chase, will run at you.
And that was with 11 men.
11, yeah, and they've got the advantage here. So, you know, you need to sort of use everything. Mentally, physically, give everything that you possibly can in this one.
As Rawalian gets us going. And Roshan, did you think at any time in the break that perhaps Singapore might look to bring on another central defender to keep the 5? Or you think this is fine now?
No,
don't go with the 4.
I think it's fine now, because if you talk about bringing in another central defender, then you're taking away someone from that midfield. And I think with the benefit of having Haris in that side, as we said, he's got the ability to play in midfield and play in defense. So, you know, it's not such a big issue at the moment. Now they've dropped into that back 4, him alongside Irfan. And look, I said not a big issue. Playing with 10 men is a big issue. What I meant was in terms of the personnel available to you on the pitch now. With Haris Harun in there, he's a reliable presence in the center of that defense.
Of course, each side can make up to 5 substitutions in the 90 minutes. Well, we're getting confirmation about the reason behind that second yellow card. It was Safwan apparently striking Risky. That is the official reason being given. Roshan, your thoughts?
And I'm telling you, that's all the referee saw. His back was turned, and when he sort of turned around to have another look, someone must have shouted something, because he turned around and he had a look, and that's what he saw. He saw Safwan swinging an arm out, and that's why he's made that decision.
You could argue, though, you can't be swinging anyway, can you?
You can't, but if someone's pulling you and tugging at you in those situations, you're trying to shake him off.
I don't think it was
and I'm interested to know why Risky got away with it.
Nothing at all, yeah. Didn't see that at all, did he? Here's Witan Sulaiman.
Lama kali.
Remember, Singapore was stretched almost to the limit, weren't they, at times in that first half with 11 men. Will they cope in the second half with 10? Asnawi, Norada. Touch on there from Hamid Shine back to Norada, who was fouled.
Well, this is going to be the story of the second 45. It's going to be a case of Indonesia having a lot of possession, Singapore sitting deep, trying to keep the discipline, slowing it down whenever they can.
The old cliche, playing for penalties. long way to go for that, of course, because there's 45 minutes and then half an hour of extra time before we even get there. Irfan cuts out that ball. Here's Norada. Looking for Song Wei-young, who's got that all-important goal for Singapore. That pass doesn't quite get to him. From Hamid.
Whoop, I'm kung fu dia.
So I asked you, Roshan, the dilemma. Would you rather Singapore have 11 men and still be 0-0, or 10 and the goal? We see Asnawi.
Gol. Lama.
With a nice little back pass and a
astaga, tembak burung
big
dia rupanya.
For Kambuaya.
Kakak, jangan kau tembak burung.
Folded arms there from Shin Tae-yong, who was fired up at the end of that first half.
Everyone was, I think both benches was coming together. Wonderful work from Witan again. Such intelligent play from the Indonesian number 8. Expect a bit more control on that shot from Kambuaya. There was plenty of time for him to set himself, apply the right sort of technique. Completely mishits that.
Here's Norada. Waiting for that touch, wasn't he, from Witan? Cleverly done. Witan Sulaiman, absolutely superb in that first half. Given away by Shadan.
Nice! Gol! Astaga! Kau syuting aja tadi, Cok.
Away from Ezra Walian.
Gerak kali jadinya.
Simple crowd. You can hear the frustrations around the stadium. Not happy with what they saw at the end of that first half, despite getting that equalising goal.
Coba lagi. Ayo. Nggak ada yang bantu.
Kambuaya. Now Ezra Walian. Another good start to this half, isn't it, from Indonesia?
Yeah, the pressure is on, and doing absolutely the right things, this Indonesian side. Wonderful bit of skill. It was Kambuaya, wasn't it, with that flick in behind for Witan. From Singapore's perspective, unfortunately, Witan just couldn't find all his teammates in the box. There's 3 Indonesian players in there to aim for. But from Singapore's perspective, got to do a lot better in possession of the ball. No, there's a disadvantage here, but they can't lose it in the middle of the pitch in those situations. It becomes very difficult, very tricky to deal with.
Here's Norada. Great control from him. Indonesia looking to make a change here, by the way, very shortly.
And good work from Norada. He's driving across. Inside us now, and they'll take these. Singapore.
What that's done, Roshan, is it's fired up the Singapore crowd anyway.
It certainly has. You know, the mood, you know, in the first half wasn't that great, but the whole situation around Safwan sort of got the crowd going, and then that goal from Song. I mean, the raw that came out from the National Stadium here.
It was the perfect response to getting that red card, wasn't it? The only one that really would have got them on their feet. And they had a second here. Ball in from Shadan straight to Nadio. They've wasted their chance, and it is going to be man who actually made quite an impact. Anis Sagara. Oh, now, hold on. I think Indonesia...
They've changed their mind.
They're going to change their mind.
Well, it looked like it was the wrong number anyway.
Yeah, there's no number 6.
There was no 6 on the pitch.
I had to do a double take on my cheat. That's what Indonesia was saying. Hold on. So, a succession of free kicks here for Singapore. Amy Rekka's gone down.
Well, it's going to be number 7, Ezra Walian.
Yeah, like for like change. He's done his part. He's got the goal. Sagara was lively. So this. Forward. Anis Sagara. Well, that looked a decent chance, but Singapore couldn't really do much with that. Amy Rekka.
Another
good ball in.
Yeah, good ball in. Another good ball in. The quality of the deliveries from Shadan all tournament. Singapore have been very good. Again, they win the first header. Amy Rekka and lots of space there. Completely misjudges the flight of the ball, mistimes the header. Interesting with Amy Rekka as well, being born in Surabaya. Grew up a little bit in Batam as well before coming to Singapore.
Here comes the new man in, Anis Sagara. There's also Indonesian press going on about Iksan and his Indonesian roots. Rahmat Irianto. Well, they've got their song is dropping there, isn't he? Dropping out where he can. Asnawi. Another goal, Indonesia, and they might feel that that could be key for them to kill this off. What a great touch. And the new man in, Anis. Can't get it away. Lovely work from Witan. What a good ball in from him, but it's back with Indonesia. Alfiandra Devanga. Pratama Arhan. Oh, he's done well here, Pratama Arhan.
How good is Witan Sulaiman? Just incredible on the ball. The Indonesian number 8, Irfan got that one across. I think we're about to see a few substitutions from the Singapore bench, and it's the big three, the front three of Forrest, Iksan, and Shawal, perhaps about to come on.
A lot of pace in there.
Lots of pace in there.
Flat throw. That's a good header away by Irfan. Here's Amy Rekka. Back to his goalkeeper. 3 Indonesian players bearing down on it, but he gets it away. Hassan Sani.
Yeah, strong commanding header from Irfan.
Wow, what will they do here? Singapore struggling to get it out. Could this be a moment on the counter? We know they've been good at it. Lovely work from Hamid Shaheen. Fantastic pirouette, ball over the top. The flag has stayed down for now, and it does go up eventually.
And he turned from Hamishahi in midfield. Couldn't quite get the pass out quick enough.
Be the last thing he's done. We'll see. Singapore ready for those changes. I think they'll be happy that there's 5 subs in this tournament, given that they're playing with 10 men.
I wonder if we'll see Hafiz No, Emireka, and it's a toss-up between Song and Hamishahi.
Right?
It depends on what kind of fitness levels Song has, because he's had that injury concern, hasn't he? That's a vital interception by Irfan, but could be back in behind here.
Look at the pace there of Asnawi. The referee not interested in the foul, or what Asnawi claims was a foul.
Well, the first challenge from Haris, no issue. He has to look across. Hassan's staying on his line. The first challenge, no issue. Second one here, he's using all his experience. I'll just leave it at that.
Referee having a chat with Haris. Oh, that falls to Risky! Off the woodwork! Oh, how close were they there, Indonesia? The danger not over yet. Hannes. Wild shot over from Hannes Sagada. 22-year-old, just his 3rd cap for his country.
Well, you need those moments to go for you when you're playing with 10.
There's a big roar from the crowd as Iksan Pandi, Singapore's top scorer in this tournament, comes on for Emireka. Listen to that. Hafiz Noor replaced by Faris Ramli, who's been a massive outlet for Singapore as well. And the pace of Shawal Anwar. And it is indeed Hami Shahin. They're going for it here, Singapore.
Yeah, so we'll just see Song move into midfield alongside his Lion City Sailors teammate Shadan. The front 3, Faris, Iksan and Shawal.
You know what, Roshan? It actually, some people would have looked at that starting lineup and gone, oh, why haven't they started with the likes of Faris and Iksan? Perhaps now that's kind of worked in Singapore's favour to bring them on. And given that they're 10 men down, it just lifts that team even more, doesn't it? As they come down here, Witan Sulaiman, another back heel. Kambuaya off Irfan. Here's Iksan, he sees the run of Shawal Anwar, who's bearing down. He's got Fakhruddin in front of him, tries to go over the keeper. Oh, what a chance that is. From so far out, and that's what these 3 players can do that they've just brought on here. We just talked about the lift.
Look at that, the counter-attack, the pace that they've suddenly got on the pitch now, Singapore. And that would have been the instructions. Would have been to say to the team, guys, get it forward to the front 3. They got pace to burn, fresh legs coming on. Iksan can hold it up and play passes in behind. But how about this for intelligence and awareness from Shawal?
Nadio scrambling back. And he would have been relieved to see that go wide.
What a goal that would have been.
Oh, would have been
gone in.
Probably goal of the tournament, up till now at least. Well, there's that lift we talked about with these players. There's a rather odd kick there. Was he just impeded?
This is like the Kallang Raw of old.
Yep, some familiar chants going around the National Stadium at the moment. It has helped galvanise this crowd. Here's Song Wei-young, who's just dropped a little deeper, as Roshan mentioned. Kainen's fouled. Every foul, everything is being cheered now. He's looking down at his board. Yeah, thinking, what can we do? Singapore. I'm sure Shin Tae-yong is also, I think there's a lot of movement around their dugout. That was ambitious at best. Shawal Anwar still alive here for Singapore. Needs to be a much better ball, doesn't it?
Yeah, awkward one for Shadan to put back in. He just had to kind of stab it in. Back into the box. Couldn't get any sort of whip on that cross.
Who's ringing out here at the National Stadium. Indonesia, a little bit more possession, but it doesn't matter now. Singapore not really bothered by that at all. Asnawi, Indonesian skipper. Yes, Rahmat Irianto. Now Devanga. Delightful ball, isn't it, from him? Pratama Arhan. Straight at Hannes Sagara, whose shot is blocked. Oh, Indonesia doing well here. Kambuaya. Trickery from him.
So dangerous, this Indonesian side. His ability to run with the ball and accelerate in those moments. The star man is coming on. I mean the number 10.
Yeah, just to be clear,
Irfan Jaya as well.
Oh my word, look at that.
What a headache for the Singapore defence.
They've got the tallest defender coming on. Their star player who's playing in Europe, and the player who's been arguably the man of the tournament so far, Irfan Jaya. Risky, replaced by Elkan, who doesn't seem to start for his country, but comes on in the second half. Well, you get rid of Ramai, and then you bring on Irfan Jaya.
Ricky Kambuaya being replaced by Egi. I mean, you saw from Singapore bringing on their three best attackers. We've seen Indonesia bring on two attackers of wonderful quality and a centre-back who's a massive threat and who plays at Ipswich.
Yeah, plays at Ipswich under 23, Elkan Baggett. Had an interesting tournament thus far. Came to the tournament a little bit late, played a game, got quarantined, came back in, scored a goal. Egi Maulana was their big hit, of course, plays for Seneca. Oh, the referee deems that to be a foul. Are they going to say it's last man here? He's given a card, last man. It's another red. Irfan has to go. Well, that now is absolutely massive for Indonesia.
I mean, this is such a clever ball from Sagara, and the moment he played it behind, he played Irfan Jaya in behind, you knew they were in trouble, because highly unlikely Irfan was going to catch up to Irfan Jaya, and I think the referees had judged this to be a denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. He's headed through on goal. There's no covering defender in there. It's a central position. An arm has come across. And listen, I know if you're a Singaporean fan watching this, the emotions around it, you'll say, that's a terrible decision. You can't believe it's happened again. But when you look at that in sort of isolation, when you look at that as a footballing, as a refereeing decision, I think ultimately you'll come to the conclusion that unfortunate for Irfan. We feel for him, but it's the right call. I think it's the right call. Irfan Jaya was in behind. He would have been one-on-one with Hassan Sani.
It was an
opportunity.
Arm across the face, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think it's denial of a goal-scoring opportunity.
Well, Singapore now have got one central defender. They're probably going to have to bring another one on. That's Haris Harun. They'll worry about that later. They've got this free kick to deal with. Singapore are stunningly down to 9 men with about 25 minutes to go. Irfan Jaya standing over this. The wall does its job. Singapore have one to do here. Well, we talked about siege mentality earlier now. Well. So no surprises. Amirul Adli, who's a bona fide centre-back, will be coming on. Who is going to be removed? Punch away by Hassan Sani. Singapore just got to keep their head. There was Song Wei-Yung trying to do a lot there. But they are in real trouble here. Sultan Suleiman is deputising as centre-back at the moment. Strength there from Haris Harun and Witan Sulaiman.
I don't think you got as much of it on the header back to Hassan as you would have liked. But he did enough experience to make sure he came across and cut out the run of Witan.
Song Wei-Yung is playing emergency right back at the moment. Singapore with Zulkarnain Suleiman in the middle. Who will make way? Singapore right up against it. Here is Asnawi. Anywhere right now will do for Singapore. They're going to make that change. And it is going to be Song who has to go. Hand has been forced here. Tatsuma Yoshida.
So what can you do? I mean, you just make the changes you need to, put an extra central defender in there. And really hope for the best. Hope that the 9 players that you've got left on the pitch can hang on for not just the next 20 minutes or so, but potentially another half an hour of extra time.
Well, he worked so hard there, didn't he? Song Wei-Yung got the equaliser for Singapore. He has that energy about him. Had to be sacrificed. Rahmat Irianto, it's a great ball in. Amirul Adli, first bit of action, and he comes across to put that out for a corner.
So the odds are stacked against Singapore. Indonesia, if they don't go on and win this, there'll be lots of questions asked, and I'd recommend staying off social media for
a while.
A few months, probably.
Amirul Adli, 25 years of age, from Lion City Sailors, one of many in this team. It's backs to the wall now for Singapore. With 10, they probably felt they could hit on the counter, but Russia now with 9. Oh, big ask. They can't risk having too many men up there. Amirul Adli appealing to the ref, who gave Singapore the decision. Tatsuma's fired up, isn't he?
You can completely understand it. And, you know, I think he can be really proud of the performance of his team.
Here comes Asnawi. Indonesia have got 20-odd minutes now. But here comes Shadan Sulaiman. He's got Faris in front of him, who squared the ball. Iksan, it's behind Iksan though. Shawwal had a slip as well. There are 4 men for Singapore who are forward. Indonesia with Witan Sulaiman. Oh, he's over hit that perhaps. Away by Faris.
That was like, I'm sorry, that brings me back to the training ground days when you have attack against defense by Singapore.
Here's Faris rumbling, bearing down the goal. He's got 2 against 1 there. Needs to be a better pass from him. Still Faris. And they'll be delighted to have that free kick. Listen to that crowd. Every opportunity they have, they'll make their feelings be known.
I mean, the first one is a real wasted opportunity. This one is again Faris, intelligent, brings it past. There's absolutely no need for the JANGAN to put in that challenge. But the first one, it needed to be a lofted ball towards the back post. It was 3-on-1. He had Iksan and Shawal attacking the far post.
So, free kick here from Singapore. I tell you what, Shanan Sulaiman has that ability. What a story this is turning out to be, this match. Shanan Sulaiman here with the free kick for Singapore. Look at that!
What an incredible game of football we've got! Shanan Sulaiman! Wonderful quality. His set pieces have been superb for Singapore all throughout this competition, and he delivers once again.
This story with more twists and turns. In the only place he could put it in, and he's found it. Unbelievable!
And how about that reaction from the crowd?
Wait for it! And there you go! Indonesia cannot believe this! And now, Roshan, what happens? What happens here? Indonesia will give it everything. Singapore have got to defend this. And they've also got to keep their heads. Here's Hannes. Every foul now, every little stoppage is going to get cheered. Boy, oh boy. This man, the referee, there will be plenty of talking points, but so will that goal from Shanan Sulaiman. There's still 15 minutes though. Indonesia know an equaliser is all they need. They can drag this out. They have that two-man advantage. But for now, the Singapore fans are savouring every moment of this. Here's Faris. And it's another free kick. And frustration for Asnawi. Look at that face, the expression.
Exasperated Asnawi. The 3 changes, what a difference those changes have made. And just before the free kick, you thought the chance had gone. It was a 3-on-1.
Yeah.
And I mean, for Indonesia in that situation, as we look at this back, it's a clear free kick to foul on Faris, to leave themselves exposed like that when you've got a 2-man advantage.
Are they kind of losing their heads a little bit, Indonesia? Are they a bit shell-shocked from what's going on?
Well, they were so desperate to kill this game off. They forgot about the possible threat on the counter-attack and the qualities that Singapore have. It's suited Singapore.
4 players in the box here for Singapore. They've got 3 at the back. Iksan pulled away. Oh, that almost went in. That's a great save from Nadio. And such an important one. Brilliant from the Bali United goalkeeper.
Yeah, to watch this one all the way. Wonderful quality again from Shadan.
And listen to that as Shadan Sulaiman goes towards the corner flag. The reception he's getting. Now they've committed even less numbers in the box off this corner. They're not taking any chances here, Singapore. You can understand that. Header on, even with those numbers, it's Iksan.
Still, what was it, 3 players in the box, and he still won the first challenge in the air from a set piece. Again, great delivery. Must be a dream for someone in the box looking to attack a cross that comes in. You know that quality is going to find you, the quality that Shadan has.
Indonesia just have to compose themselves, Roshan. Just got to, you know, that they still have 15 minutes if you look at a time. Look at that possession, it's not even 60%, 17 shots to 8 in favor of Indonesia. They know a second goal will really give them a massive boost. Pratama Arhan. Witan Sulaiman. Rahmat Irianto. They will be very happy with those sort of shots, Singapore.
They need to work that defense, Indonesia. They don't need to hurry it to that extent. And you see Asnawi's frustrated. They're starting to argue with each other, actually.
I'm not saying anything right now. Just let these pictures breathe right now, just to give you an idea of what's going on at the National Stadium right now. This is what Southeast Asian football is all about, the passion. And another free kick, Singapore's favour. Big nod there from Iksan Fundi. Singapore taking their time to get the ball up there, as you'd expect. What you're not seeing right now is Witan Sulaiman and Haris Haru just fighting over the ball now. Singapore cannot afford any more bookings, or down to 8 would be absolutely ridiculous. Floating the ball over. He's got the header in. I tell you what, Roshan, the side at the moment, since the change in players, more likely to score is Singapore. They've had the best quality chances, they've gotten to the box, they've looked dangerous on the attack.
Another look at that. I mean, he's got a wonderful lead, Shawal. Gets to run and beat that ball into the box as well.
Here's Norada. We're inside the final 10 minutes. Overhits that pass. A ball in for Iksan. He said, to me. Singapore. Is there a feeling, Roshan, they may just go deeper and deeper as this edges towards that 90? Here's Asnawi.
Yeah, it looks like it's all falling apart for Indonesia at the moment. Heads are down. And that cohesion that they've had throughout this competition is suddenly lacking. It's incredible what football can do to you. This is another look at this postage stamp.
I tell you what, I haven't heard a goal that loudly cheered, look at that, in this new national stadium for Singapore than that one. The stadium has been around since 2014. And that really got the crowd fired up. But Indonesia will keep plugging away here. Here's Hannes. Now Iksan. Oh, lovely work from Iksan. Pull down. And the referee will book Sapidin Arianto. Slightly ironic cheers at the moment from the crowd.
Yeah, that's excellent work from Iksan. That's what you want from your centre forward in situations like this, where you're looking to hang on. You need a centre forward who can hold on to the ball for you. When a free kick in that situation, you slow things down, give the defense a chance to breathe, give everyone a chance to breathe.
He's not looking happy there, Shin Tae-yong. He's got one more change to make, by the way, if he wants. Would he bring on another forward? Headed on to Shawal. It's just too much on that. Indonesia come forward with Rahmat Irianto. Asnawi. Straight up. Hassan Sani. Hands to his head. Russell, what's going on here for Indonesia?
It looks like their composure, their confidence is just gone. Their heads have gone. Because that quality is suddenly gone. That cohesion is not in the side anymore.
Iksan heads it on, looking for Faris Rumley. Asking for handball, they'll get it.
Everything now is, you feel like everything is going to go against you. That unfortunate ball bounces up off his arm. It's a free kick to Singapore again. And you start to feel psychologically, you start to feel this slipping away from you, and you become a lot more desperate in your actions. And you start to overthink actions. And when it's not natural, that's when you start to have these issues.
Here's Shawal Anwar. Indonesia. There, Irfan. We've hardly said his name. And that looked like a foul from, booking for Shawal Anwar. He felt he had to take one there for the team. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of that maybe in the last few minutes.
Yeah, I think he knew he wasn't really going to catch him. Had to foul Irfan. I'm sure they'll say, his teammates will say, yeah, well done, yellow card worth taking.
Elkan Baggett has thrown himself into the fray there, and a foul.
So this is the thing now as well, which you'll notice is every single incident that can be pulled up by the referee will be called. There's no room for, referees, and I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean, referees sometimes in games, they try to let certain things go, right?
Yeah.
But in a situation like this, where one team is 2 players down,
Is that a psychological thing?
No, I think they just have to be sure that they can't disadvantage that side anymore. It has to be, if there's a foul, it has to be pulled up. You can't sort of let the game flow in those situations.
It feels a succession of decisions have gone for Singapore, but yes, totally get what you're saying. And that's probably what the Indonesians are feeling at the moment, right?
That's right.
They're on the receiving end.
But listen, you can't say things haven't gone their way. I mean, aside from the fact that Singapore have 2 goals, you're in a semi-final, second leg, opposition down to 9 men. You can't say, you don't have an excuse. There's still, having said that, there's still plenty of time for them to get back into this game.
Absolutely. 1 goal would be enough to, of course, take it into extra time. And there's a chance here! The save has been made! Oh, it's made its way through! Indonesia have got the equaliser! And it's Pratama Arhan! First of the ball will be Shadan Sulaiman. Needs to be a better pass to Shawal.